Hi everyone, my name is Sarah. Today I am tripping outside. I'm walking back to my apartment and it is in the 90s today, 90 something degrees. Actually, it's been that way for like forever. I live in a desert. Today I wanted to talk a little bit more about what I have, which is, epilepsy, but I have simple partial seizures, which is a type of seizure. But technically, if you watched my last video, found out I have something called Catamenial Epilepsy, which is basically has to do with hormones. Now, catamenial epilepsy is something that women have that basically when they're on their period, like menstrual cycle, which, sorry if this makes you uncomfortable, but it's the way it is. Your hormones change when you're on your period. And seizures, when in catamenial epilepsy, the seizures decide to show their ugly faces during that time. So, as I talked about in my last video, I had an appointment with my neurologist, and we were talking about the catamenial epilepsy, and she said that there were two types of catamenial epilepsy, which is kind of weird because online it said there were three. But anyway, the first type is where you have seizures a couple days before your period or a couple days after your period, more or less. Now, type 2, which is actually called C2, is when you have it around your ovulation time. I'm still learning more about this, so still kind of figuring it out. Anyway, so we just kind of guessed that I had, sorry, I'm crossing the street. We kind of guessed that I had a C2, which is type 2, which is the ovulation one, because it seemed like I had them around ovulation. But we were not positive, we just kind of thought that. And, sorry, I'm crossing the street. Because I walk everywhere, which is fun. So, we kind of just assumed that I had C2, which is type 2, which is with the ovulation. But I've been keeping track of my seizures and when I've been having them. Crossing again. Fun stuff. And it's actually interesting because for the past year or something, I'm terrible at time, but it seems like the past year or so, it's been a while. I went from having seizures once a month to having a cluster of seizures twice a month. And now I'm seeing that I'm pretty darn sure that I have C1, which is type 1 epilepsy, or type 1 catamenial epilepsy. And because from keeping track so far, the last two menstrual cycles I've had seizures about 2 or 3 days before I started and 2 or 3 days after. And this last time, I had my period. I kept track. I had about 2 days before I started. And yesterday was July 30th, and I ended my period on July 28th. So 2 days after, on the 30th, I had some seizures. So really it's a pattern, and I'm pretty darn sure I have type 1, C1. So yeah, it's kind of nice because now I kind of know what to expect, and I have an app that tells me when I'm gonna have my period, and it's actually quite accurate. So now I kind of know when I'm gonna have them, but it's still frustrating as heck. And it's been so hot, and I walk everywhere. I haven't been riding my bike because it's been so hot. And I was just cleaning up my sister's house. Usually I get a ride back, but alas, today she could not give me a ride, so I'm walking back. And now I'm crossing the intersection again. So my plan is to, well, it's like my plan every day, go back to my apartment, take a nap, and maybe eat some food. And I think that's all I have to say, but I will talk to you guys later, keep you updated. If you have any questions, let me know. You can comment, or as always, feel free to email me if you need someone to talk to, if you need a friend. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And thanks for watching. Bye, guys.